I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Forensic Gameology, hosted by ForensicGameology.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less.
Flashpoint Fire Rescue is a cooperative game where you are trying to save people, or a cat or dog, from a burning building. It is action point allowance system is the only mechanism I can think of where you're moving around the board, you're extinguishing the fire, you're saving the victims, and you're winning the game or losing the game. Because that happens. Simplicity versus complexity.
This is a simple game. Each turn you get a limited number of actions. Use those to move, extinguish fire, pick up or check to see if there's a victim and pick them up and carry them out. And you just have to make sure to get 7 of the victims to the ambulance or to the safe spot, depending on how you're playing, before 4 victims succumb to the flames or before the walls come crashing down on you. Those are the ways you can lose. So you got these blocks every time you get an explosion or hack through a wall, so you can move through it. You put these blocks on the board, and if you can't put any more out, boom, house comes down. So it's pretty simple on your turn. In between turns, when you're rolling to place the smoke, and then if the smoke goes on top of the smoke, it's a fire. If the smoke goes on top of a fire, it's an explosion. If you're using the variant with the hot spots, things can get a little much, but if you've played a couple of times, you can just have one player understand how to do all that and coach people through it, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, this game is going to be pretty simple. I was just going to say what Tom said there at the end is some timing things. Remembering which dice goes to which coordinate, that always trips people up because it goes black then red or red then black, and there's 2 dice, and that's how you roll to know when smoke comes out at the end of the turn. And then knowing what these pieces are, mostly the hazards, what happens if something comes up on that, things like that. It has to do with the timing of putting fire, more fire on the board, and explosions happening. But other than that, pretty simple. They give you these nice, well, this is the same card front and back, this player A that tells you all of the actions you can do, and then it tells you the turn order and how many and what to do. It also says how many action points each thing costs. So that's pretty simple. Luck versus strategy.
A lot of luck in this game. You're rolling the dice. You don't know. It's akin to Pandemic, where it has a bit of an outbreak when things hit in too many times in the same spot. But in Pandemic, you at least know you've seen this before. Here, you're rolling the dice. You might leave a corner and it can be fine, and then the next time it comes back to your turn, it's blazing and doors are blown off their hinges and the house is coming down around you. And that's just luck, but there's a lot of strategy, especially in who you decide, which role you decide to pick. You can choose the one that makes it easy to determine if the person of interest or point of interest is actually a person, or if it's just a blank nobody. You can be the person that gets more actions, the person who drives the truck and can spray and hit and extinguish a lot of flame at the same time. So there's a lot you can do. But besides that, just the decisions on your turn matter such a great deal. Are you going to put out very damaging fire, or are you going to race to that victim because you need to get them out of the building very quickly? Those decisions matter, and you'll find that there's a lot of talking and trying to figure out what to do in this game, and a lot of strategy.
I would agree. There is a lot of strategy in what you do in the game, especially where you end your turn. Are you going to end it next to fire and be risky because you might get an explosion? Are you going to hope the person next to you can save you before that happens, especially if you have a victim? Are you going to knock down this wall, even though that's an end game condition in the bad way, but it might help you get to, like, this bathroom is terrible to get to all the way around. So you just knock down this wall, you can just get in there. But then you're using these black cubes. There's a lot of strategy going on, and I agree with Tom in what you choose, what person you choose to be, and then how well you choose to be that person and do that person's actions. That being said, there's some luck, or lots of luck, because you're rolling the dice and what comes out, comes out. But you can try to mitigate that by keeping the hot zones clear of fire. You can try to mitigate that by getting rid of these hazards. A lot of things you can do. So I do think there's a good balance here. Fun versus boring. I think this game is fun. I enjoy playing. I also think sometimes it's a little too simple, and this is just the base game, so maybe the expansions make it not that way. The other side of the board also is kind of more complicated. No, let's not pick it up. There's too much on the board. You're crazy with it. You love it. You love table flipping. I know.
I don't love table flipping. I love board flipping to show people it's not rage, it's instruction.
Google the other side of this board. No, and it just has a it's harder. It has a really thin hallway. Tom really wants to show you right now.
I do. I thought about it earlier.
So, oh well, go ahead. It's fine.
Thanks, Molly Sticks. Keep talking. We're out of time.
So yeah, I think this is fun. I do find it a little simplistic sometimes, but I've also died, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I think this game's pretty fun. It is simple. Sometimes I feel like it's just a little bit like Pandemic Light, and it's a little more random. And because of that, I pull it off the shelf and play it much less than Pandemic. I would say on the Board Game Geek rating, I would give this a 7. It's still pretty high for me. I enjoy playing it. When someone says, do you want to play? Yeah, I'm definitely going to play. But I typically won't suggest it as much as some of the other cooperative games that I will suggest more, like Pandemic. So just because it's very similar is the one I compare that to.
Yeah, I would give it a 6.5.
Look at you. I rate this higher than you?
Yeah.
It's out of control.
I've had too many games where we just haven't been able to do much, and so we've taught new people, and they're like, well, I can't do anything because all the fire's out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, so it's too easy. And that's on the hardest mode you can play base game. So
okay.
I just don't like that about it. Every time we get to multiples of 500 subscribers, we give away a free glitter painting of your favorite geeky thing. So make sure to subscribe now on YouTube.
It could be you that wins.
Tom's resetting the board. Flashpoint Fire Rescue. We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.